Cigar boxing, and my cigar is lit. Welcome to the Cigar Bar, episode 3, Mayweather versus Mcgregor. It is fight week. All the press conferences, all the trash talking is done. All we have to look forward to is the weigh-in in the fight Saturday. Reality starts to set in for fans and the fighters. Let me say first, I wasn't too excited about this fight because I felt there are other fighters who deserve a true shot at Floyd Mayweather. But when you look at the circumstances with the amount of money that can be made with this fight, I would do the same thing. This is ultimately about boxing versus MMA. I really didn't want to do a video about this, but I'm doing this not only for the hardcore boxing fans, for the casual fans, and for the MMA fans, the fans of Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. The build up to this fight and the drama has been intense. This fight was made on short notice, which some of y'all need to pay attention to that. And it's been amazing. I think the trash talking has been amazing. So let's break down this fight. Before I get into what you're going to see in the ring on Saturday, these are just my opinions. I do film studies before I watch. To know a little bit about me, I was raised in Detroit, and I boxed when I was younger. I actually thought about turning amateur, but I got hurt, but my love of the sport has been here for years. I've watched boxing for over 33 years. I am no expert by any means, but I just love the sport. Looking at Conor McGregor, there's no footage, no professional boxing footage of Conor McGregor. You only see Conor McGregor in the octagon, and I can't judge off that because boxing is so different. Watching the Malignaggi McGregor tapes and their sparring session, I can't tell anything from that. The only thing I could tell you looking at it is it's kind of false. You don't see a whole bunch of knockdowns in sparring because of the headgear and also because of the size of the gloves. As for the MMA fans out there, I want you to remember this. Take a look at Olympic boxing with the headgear before this past year, where they had headgear and they had gloves. You never saw knockdowns. Yeah, I want you to think about that. You don't see knockdowns in sparring like that because of the headgear and gloves. So it's kind of false watching that. Anybody who has boxed amateur or boxed professionally knows that. So it was kind of funny seeing that, in my opinion. Watching the media press conference for Conor McGregor and the way he's hitting and punching, his warm-up methods are okay, or he could do whatever he wants. But the way he throws a punch, they're more like slapping punches. They're not crisp, precise boxing punches. It is a big difference. You just don't throw a punch. It's the way you throw a punch in boxing. Because please remember, for the MMA fans, we are fighting in a ring. This is boxing. It's a sweet science. It's a reason. From what I've seen, I think power is kind of a disclaimer, because we don't know what his power looks like in boxing. We know what it looks like in MMA, but not in boxing. But the thing I want to point out is to all of you, do you think that Conor McGregor hits harder than Canelo Alvarez? Do you think Conor McGregor hits harder than Marcos Maidana or Shane Mosley? Those are a few thoughts, because when I hear fighters and I hear fans talk about Conor McGregor, I just hear them say that he's going to knock out Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather has never been knocked out. So, and nor has he been legitimately down in a fight either. He's never been knocked down. So I really, need y'all to think about that. Okay, there's no real sparring tapes of Floyd Mayweather for this fight. I know some of y'all are fooled by watching All Access, and you always see Floyd going somewhere, riding dune buggies, riding horses, and doing things like that. Please remember that Floyd Mayweather is the executive producer of All Access. Don't you think it's made to look that way? For a reason. That's one. Also, from what I've seen from the media day from Floyd Mayweather, I can tell you that he is working on speed and power. Not just all flat out speed, but speed and power. Well, if you look at the way he trained for Pacquiao, he wasn't looking for power. He just worked on his speed and his timing. Very different in this fight in the way he's training. Okay? So, what are we going to see Saturday night? Well, it's really up to, in this fight, Floyd Mayweather. It's not up to Conor McGregor. It matters on what Floyd wants to do. In this fight, I think it's a big mistake if Conor McGregor comes forward and just tries to give intense pressure. I think Conor's going to have a very hard time finding Floyd Mayweather in the punches. It's one thing to throw a punch. It's another thing to throw a punch and then know where to go after the punch. And I think that's what's going to frustrate Conor McGregor. And I think once he starts getting hit, he's going to start realizing how strong Floyd Mayweather really is. I know Victor Ortiz said that he couldn't crack an egg, but Victor Ortiz did get knocked out. And Floyd has to have some type of power to be able to keep Canelo Alvarez off of him. And I've said that before many times. I just think Conor, once he starts getting hit, and then body punches, MMA fighters aren't used to getting hit to the body. You're going to see Floyd go to that body and tattoo that body a lot. I think that this fight, as it goes to 4 and maybe even 6 rounds, I think this fight is going to end on a body shot from Floyd Mayweather, or Conor McGregor is going to retire on the stool. I just think Floyd is going to be too much for him. I think the public has been fooled by this fight. It's not that Conor McGregor is not a great fighter. He's a great fighter in the octagon, not in the boxing ring. Not to have one single professional fight and challenge one of the greatest fighters of this era. I just think it's a big leap. I also think that, is there a chance Conor could knock him out? Yeah, but one punch isn't going to get Floyd Mayweather out of there. He doesn't have one punch knockout power. It's going to take multiple punches in a row to get Floyd down. And you see, Shane Mosley couldn't get multiple punches in. Why do you think Conor McGregor can? I just think he doesn't possess the speed or power. I mean, I may be wrong, but I doubt it. I just think it's going to be so hard to find Floyd in this fight. I think he's going to be sticking, moving, going to the body. He's going to do the pull counters, which I don't think Conor's ready for, because he stands straight up after he throws that left. I am telling you, the pull counter, he's going to get him. Mark my words. A southpaw's, he's most susceptible to the right hand, and you're going to see that Saturday night. I have Floyd Mayweather by knockout, or Conor quitting on a stool by the 6th round, period. I just don't think he can hang and take the barrage of punches he's going to take. When Conor starts to go backwards, it's over. Floyd's going to walk him down in this fight, and he's not going to know what to do because of the speed. Remember, speed kills. It's not power. Speed. Primary example before I go. Sugar Ray Leonard, he stepped up in multiple weight classes. In 1988, he fought Donnie Lalonde, okay, at a catchweight of 168 pounds. I talked about this before, for the light heavyweight championship, which was at 175 pounds. In this fight, Sugar Ray Leonard was a smaller man, and Donnie Lalonde was much bigger than he was. And Donnie Lalonde called him a few times in the fight, and Sugar Ray Leonard was much older. But Sugar Ray Leonard won, I think it's the 8th or 9th round, catching Donnie Lalonde with the punch he didn't see. It's not that Sugar Ray Leonard was the stronger fighter. He was the faster fighter. Speed kills. That fight ended in a knockout. Donnie Lalonde couldn't even get off the canvas. Look it up if you don't believe me. But that's what I think you're going to see in this fight. If you want to talk about this fight, Conor McGregor's stance, I don't know what stance he's going to take, but I think this fight is going to look more like Floyd Mayweather versus Shane Mosley. I don't think Conor's going to hurt Floyd at all. I think Floyd is going to go on an offensive tear, use pull counters and body shots. And I just don't think Conor can stand up to that type of pressure. Tell me what you think in the comments section. That is my prediction. Floyd Mayweather by knockout. by the 6th round, or Conor McGregor sits on a stool. This fight is not going to a decision. Mark my words. All right, this is Cigar Boxing. I'm out.